My friend, we're going to be talking about D flat. D flat is the same as C sharp. C sharp has 7 sharps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And since we have 8 notes, the 8th being the same as the 1, that means that we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Out of those 7 notes in C sharp, we would call C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, which is fun, it's great, but it's a little wordy. So in the key of D flat, we have the same notes being played, but we call them something different because all those notes are the same and harmonically. C sharp is a D flat. So when we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, put our finger on the second of the roll pads down here, the E pad. And then we're going to be taking our finger and putting it not on the pearl pad, but on the pad closest to us. Not the far pad, not the lower pad, but just the one closest to us. We get that D flat. By removing that finger and rolling our finger up to the first pad, the D pad, we get an E flat. When we remove all of our fingers except for the 3 that were up top, juxtapositionally to the 1 up here, we get an F natural. Going to our middle finger here gives us what we would think would be our F sharp, but we're going to call it a G flat. Again, and harmonically, same thing, different name. When we go up to the A flat, we're going to keep all 3 down here and put our pinky down on the G pad to give us an A flat. We're going to remove all of our fingers and keep our first finger up here, but we're going to do something special. We're going to play the B flat, not the B flat, by one of the 4 fingering styles for that. We will talk about in another episode why we use 4 different types of styles for this, and then why do we use different styles for different same notes that are on here. It's about functionality. Tell you what, this is a good point to say, if you dig the way that I teach and you'd like to subscribe, please put a comment down in the comment section, interact musically, and talk about music-related stuff with everybody on the channel. That'd be super groovy. Back to the session. So when we're going all the way down here from the D flat to the E flat to the F to the G flat to the A flat to the B flat, we're going to see ourselves going up to the C natural. Now our C natural is the middle finger of the 3 pads, and then that is going to relieve itself to an open. Now our C sharp is open or D flat, meaning it might feel awkward to take all your hands off there, and all you got to do is put your thumb on the back of your wrist here and try not to drop your instrument. Okay, here we go. Here's where we're going to fill this. Now that we're up at the top portion and we have our fingerings done this way, we can either play the same original notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pinky on the far one and here, which is a C, with our octave. Gives us a sharper C sharp or a sharper D flat. When I say that, it means we can change if it's a higher frequency, sharper on the top of the note, or lower frequency on the bottom of the note, meaning either closer to a D or closer to a C, depending on how we make our mouth embouchure. I hope that's not too much and over the top. If it is, ask down here and we'll explain in another video. As far as going through the process here, you would just put your finger down on the octave and then start that whole process to go right back up. You would start from your open, all 6 down, and then your pinky down on the top pad for your E flat. You would take all of your fingers off and have the F here with your top 3 up here and the octave pad. Finger in the middle. You would put your finger down on the pad here, the G pad for the A flat. You would you would lift all those up to have those 2 notes pressed down here with the 1 finger. Remember the octave for the B flat. You would then have your second finger going here for the middle of the 3 pads, the C pad. And then keeping the octave down and your thumb here on the thumb rest, you would have your high octave C sharp, or in this case, D flat. So practice those by utilizing the 1, 3, 5, which you'd be playing the lower note, the D flat. You would skip the E flat and go to the F. You would skip the G flat and go to the A flat. And then you would return to your 1, the openness. That way you get a different feeling for something other than just the whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And it's great to have underneath your belt to be able to start playing just incremental songs with other people. 3-chord songs. Remember, transposition is kind of hard, but when you realize that the note you're playing is relatively easy to find, you will find yourself doing transpositions in no time. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, please check out our channel that talks about transposing in the key of E flat. Aloha.